Hey Nukenites, time for another episode of Indie Game-splosion. This time I'm going to be talking about Machinarium, or Machinarium, however you want to say it. This is a brand new point-and-click adventure game. I think it came out a month or two ago, and I've played through the whole thing, and I definitely want to show you this one. I think the first thing you'll notice is just how good this game looks. I mean, every single object and background in this game is hand-drawn, hand-painted. It looks beautiful. As you can see, you got inventory at the top that'll help you solve the puzzles, and there's no dialogue. All of the messages are conveyed through general pantomime and thought bubbles like this. As you can see, even though that guy's just a little robot and he can't even show emotion, you're already sympathetic to his character. I mean, the character design in this game is spectacular. You want to get that guy his drum back, and you want to help the other guys fix their instruments so you can get the band back together. And to you people who are wondering if I'm going to spoil any of the puzzles, no, I am not. I'm not going to spoil the puzzles because if you've played adventure games like I did in the 90s, you'll know that most of the length of games like this comes from the fact that you don't know the puzzles. If you know the solution to the puzzles, usually it only takes about 20 minutes to go through a game like this. Now this is one of my favorite little areas in the game, not only because the background music is great, but it's packed with things to figure out. That's what I like about the screens in this game. They look great and they're packed with things to do. Like this little puzzle that just popped up. It's a little sliding block puzzle. You're trying to figure it out. It's tough to figure out. You think, okay, I'm gonna get this, and whoop, lose a piece. And everything changes dynamically from this point on, because now the owl is gonna fly down and steal it. So you gotta figure out a way to get that piece back from the owl. And I have to tell you that when you do figure that out, you're probably gonna do what I did and laugh out loud, because it's just an extremely funny moment in the game, one of the funnier moments in this game. And you can tell this game was made by people who know how to convey a message. As I said, there's no dialogue in this game. It's just a bunch of robots walking around. Even the owl is a robot, but for some reason this game has some more character than a lot of games I've seen with actual people in them. Usually in a game that looks this good, I mean, the animation won't be that great, but the animation's fantastic in this game. And I actually didn't even realize this until I Alt-Tabbed for some reason. I had to Control-Alt-Delete and stop another program. And I looked at my programs, and what was running was Flash Player. This is a Flash game. I couldn't even believe it. My jaw just hit the floor. This is easily one of the most complex and beautiful Flash games I've ever played. But there is one thing we have to discuss. And that is the price. This is the most expensive of my cheap and awesome games, and it might be a little bit difficult to consider it cheap because it's $20. And some of you might have recoiled just now saying, $20 for a Flash game? Well, yes, there are a couple of things you have to consider first. The first of which is if you're a child of the 80s, well, if you're a product of the 80s and a child of the 90s like me, you probably have some experience with point-and-click adventure games like me. I mean, I still play through Sam & Max Hit the Road once or twice a year through the whole game. I know the dialogue by heart. I just love point-and-click adventure games. And if you love point-and-click adventure games, I'd have to recommend this. Even for $20, I'd say it's a great little game. The length, I'd say, is probably close to about 6 hours, 6 to 7. It really depends on how long it takes you to accomplish the things in this game, how long it takes you to solve the puzzles. So it might, at the end of the game, I did feel that it was a bit short, maybe a little bit too short, but still, I think I got my money's worth. This is a very, very good game, a very good-looking game, and hell, I think it's worth it just to give these guys some money so they'll make something else, because it's very rare to see this kind of design a unique design like this in the video game world. I mean, we just have a bunch of bald guys running around in brown and gray environments shooting at each other, and that kind of game gets old after a while. But yeah, you've never played anything like this before, so I definitely recommend it. It's one of the best adventure games I've played in recent years, maybe since Sam & Max. And yes, there is a free demo out there, so go check it out.